Okay, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Live with JM DeSantis. I know the night is a little bit later than usual, or I should say, usually that 8 o'clock starting time, but I decided to go with 9 today. Let me just make sure everything's all set up. Cyrilla's already in the studio. Did we, why is that not coming up? I don't see my face coming up on here. All right, hang on a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. For some reason, my phone also had the banner up. Okay, so here we are in the studio. You can see I've got some new lights going on. Well, the fairy lights I already had, but I got this little. He's not showing up great on the. Oh, Cyril, be careful. On the what is this thing? On the camera here, but I have my ghost from Pac-Man that my brother had gotten me some years ago. Finally dug it out of a box to put it up on here. Just trying to make the the atmosphere a little bit better for this live stream. Anyway, yeah, so just got back from Thy Geekdom Con. It turned out to be my best show of the year. Just gonna plug in my phone while I'm putting this all together. That was pretty great. I didn't expect it was going to go as good as it was. Got to meet some new people, including Ronnie of Rondi Monsters and her helper Beefus, who is also an illustrator and a musician. So yeah. Of course, I saw my friend Justin Bowen. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Sorry, Justin, of JB Entertaining This. So, or Jack Squat Entertainment. I'm not really sure what he always goes by. He has a YouTube channel. Go check that stuff out. He does some really good music and puppetry work. Anyway, yeah, and most of what he does is sculpture, by the way, for his like actual like work. So, what are we up to today? Yeah, I kind of got a break. I got the second annual Cryptid and Paranormal conference this weekend, but it's only a one day, and then I'm just like a string of shows one after the other. Sci-Fi Valley Con, Fan Expo Boston, Garden State Comic Fest, and Undiscovered Realm, and then I got a week off again, and then we're right back into it in July and August. But I'll post those dates as we go. Don't forget to just visit jmdesantis.com. What is it? Do I have it on my list of things? No, I don't. But it's jmdesantis.com, and you go to whatchamacallit, events. If you see events, it'll be there. You know. And that is it. All right, so I got one on Facebook right now. And Cyrilla, don't knock over my can of seltzer. Anyway, yeah. We're still working on the Cryptids and Monsters sketchbook. I'm going to be doing that for a while on these live streams just because there's so much else I can't work on. And I don't want to keep just doing work for the hell of it because I don't even know that I have the time to do that these days. But anyway, okay, so let's get on to it. Excuse me, Cyrilla. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get up the drawing board. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not the way I meant to go. I meant to go this way and get the light on. Anyway, this nice little thing right here is all the language work I've been doing right now. I have to give an update to a lot of my Chadiana people, but honestly, I have a Chadiana piece over there. Oh, no, that's blocking it. Yeah. One I worked on a previous live stream and I never colored it. So I don't know. If I get bored today, maybe I'll color it later. And Father Gascoigne and Ghost Rider that I worked on. Well, one on the live stream, the other one not. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just trying to get a lot of extra world building stuff done right now so that I don't hold up the comic anymore for at least that stuff, any other stuff there that it's related to. So just that right there for the reminder of what this is on. Normally YouTube, it's the place I prefer people to subscribe to this, but if you're watching it on Facebook, that's cool too. I don't know. I never do. All right. So let's get out the tools of a trade here. I was only sketching today, so I didn't really bring out the good stuff. Okay. So here we go. This one was incomplete. Actually, so was the, what was that thing? The Gollum one. But I'm trying to get this first book done. Set of sketches, and then I can go on to the other ones. But sometimes starting or finishing a piece, I wind up having to go over a bunch of stuff a second time. Just to kind of remember how I wanted those lines to look. Anyway. The weird thing is, going back to these books, is like I'm using so many different techniques and tools these days. I'm not allowing the, I'm not really using my 01 microns except for like detail work anymore, just because I don't feel the lines on them reproduce as well. Even though I can get this really nice, kind of jagged, sketchy line with them, I just don't like the way they always reproduce. So I've been kind of careful not to overuse them. It appears I left a lot of this undone, which is kind of strange. Yeah, 2020. Well, there are some embarrassing realities about these works, but we'll get them done. We'll get on to the next things. I'll probably run a Kickstarter for this and the Lovecraft book once they're both done. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to be raising the cover prices on these ink books. They were $10, but it's probably going to be going up to $15. Just the price of everything is getting so much higher. I still don't think $15 is expensive, but $10 was definitely a nice inexpensive price. $15 still is, but you know, I just raised my print prices. There's some things I don't want to raise. I really don't want to raise the prices on individual comics. Although, being realistic, they probably should go up. It's hard for me to rationalize that against the prices of like bigger publishers who are still managing in some cases to be under $5, I believe. $6 to me seems expensive. So going with those $10 comics that some people do, it just, it seems unreasonable. What is that? It's not something that I need. Anyway, I just want to move it a bit closer for this, just so everybody can see it okay. And I'll just take that off for now. Anyway. Oof. Enjoy the smooth sounds of guitar in the background if you can hear it. I keep meaning to work with some musicians to actually get some like custom background stuff instead of using the royalty-free stuff. Although I do spend a lot of time researching what I'm going to use for the live stream. We will see how the night progresses. Right, he's like in swamplands and stuff like that. Again, this was a character or a legend that I had never heard of until my friend Craig Alisi, who does this None of the Were Spider, had written about him. Apparently he doesn't know about him either. Somebody else had mentioned it. And then if I build, if I remember correctly, I believe he showed up recently in a Mike Mignola story. But Mignola is always going through and capturing different myths and legends and bringing them into the Hellboy universe. I'm not sure if it was a Hellboy book, though. That's a good question. I don't know. Ever since Hellboy in Hell, I haven't been keeping up on Hellboy as much because I don't know. It feels kind of weird. It feels like he ended it. So, but then again, I really can't complain about that too much because there's certain aspects of the Chadiana story that I want to do similarly, and that idea was before Hellboy in Hell was even out. So, yeah, in that I want to have an ending, but I might still do Chadiana stories that take place before that ending afterwards. But I don't know. Seeing how Mignola did it, I might not want to do that. Seems like it might be something that could affect readership. Then again, not finishing the comic affects readership too, of course, but I really, really am working hard to finally just get it into, it's going to seem so silly, but getting those invented languages done is really going to be key to making sure that this doesn't get slowed down again, at least for stuff that's like background. It's not even writing stories that becomes a problem at this point. It's naming everything, So the work I'm doing now is really, really going to do a lot for me. And although I haven't seen him on this live stream in a long time, well, I did take a long break, but I still am very grateful to Mr. Jim Hopkins, otherwise known as James Hopkins, on these live streams. Frequent or former frequent viewer. I do still keep in contact with him though through email, so I just think unfortunately when I took that break on the live streams, viewership kind of went down for a bit. Feels like I got to build it all back up again. I don't know. See what happens with it. Not sure that everyone is aware or is always tuning in anymore. Then again, we're getting to the summer. People go on vacation, all kinds of things happen. It makes sense that it wouldn't constantly be a flow of people coming in. Okay. Yeah, right. He's looking pretty good. Not a lot had to be done to him, but it just needed to get finished. Otherwise, it's going to bother me. I'd like to at least finish him and finish the Golem today. Right? It's only got a little bit more. And then if I can get to some of the others, that'll be good too. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Don't know if that's going to be the right tool, but we're going to use it anyway because I need to make this area look at least somewhat comparable to the other one. Again, I'm trying to make these books look cohesive like I did with the Alice in Wonderland book. Oh, I don't know why that's in my head. What was that pomp and circumstance? That's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to have in my head for absolutely no reason. I got those couple of hairs that are just like not staying on the other side of my head. It's okay. Just at least sit behind the ear and stop falling all over. It's a little warm again. I'm going to be fighting that a lot because, unfortunately, I can't keep the air conditioner running while I'm doing these live streams. I can't do it during my Whatnot show either because the microphone will pick it up, and then that means it'll sound like my voice is cutting in and out. And, during a live stream, you definitely don't want that. So I just gotta let the heat slowly settle in after I get it really nice and cold, or cool in here, at least right now. I wouldn't say cold, but it's also not that kind of hot up here in North Jersey yet. Although I don't know, 80 starts approaching unlivable for me. Really should just move to a warmer climate. I don't really think he has a lot more that I need to do with him. Just a little bit of stuff here and there, but not too much. My buddy Bud was just on there. I don't see him now, so I guess he's not coming in today. Yeah, I would say that's just about done. Because I'm definitely doing these darker outlines lately, or thicker ones, I should say, thicker outlines lately on my work. I don't really think there's much more to add to him. I guess I could go back at some point, but he seems pretty done to me, at least. Anyway, let's go finish that golem, and then I can go tackle some of these other things. Right? It's just a zombie, a Penangla, Jersey Devil, Changshi. Oh, and the Headless Horseman, but I don't know. I'm saving that until I'm really feeling good and warmed up about with all this stuff. Okay, so. This one's almost done anyway, too. I think I might have said it on one of the last. Oh, hey, are we live? Yes, we are. How you doing, Rob? I've been here about 20 minutes today. Yeah, I decided to just schedule this for 9 o'clock instead of having to move it. Although I didn't have any conflicts today, I'm just, even though I was like saying, oh, it's back and regular time or whatever, I'm still not 100% sure. But I do know I don't want to keep taking the breaks like I did before. I just needed that for a little bit. So the time could still move around a bit for all I know. I wouldn't say that the day is going to, but you know, who's to say? Who's to say what my crazy self is going to come up with at some point? So yeah, good to see you, Rob. I'm glad your print came. Saw you posted it. Rob's been pretty regularly going to my Whatnot shows as well, which have been weekly lately. We'll see though. That's something I'm considering. I am considering going 2 days a month on Whatnot and 2 days on and 2 days on whatever that is. Oh, on the live stream, right? Like every other week, basically. Maybe like first and third weeks will be live streams, and second and fourth will be Whatnots. And then if there's an extra week, maybe I'll do a live stream. But I haven't made a decision on that yet. That's going to be a you know, depending on if that's what I ultimately decide to do. It's just I said it on the Whatnot show, which is really not as much of a show to really talk about this stuff, but definitely here it's more appropriate, only because this is a little bit more casual. But you know, I'm finding 2 live shows a week plus all the conventions to be a big undertaking, especially 2 live shows in a row. So I don't know. I'm thinking about not keeping them butt up against each other like this. But also, depending on the week, I would like to do some pop-up live Whatnot shows too, you know, just on a whim, put something up. But I haven't quite gotten to the point of, well, I haven't really had a week where it's been possible. Who knows? Maybe this Sunday. I was originally thinking I was going on a day trip down the shore, but I don't think that's happening now. So that's okay. And this will be just about the end of this one, too. Don't think there's much more to do on it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Anyway, should viewers coming in? I don't think my viewer count on this is very accurate most of the time. It seems to me. I hope that music's not too loud. I can hear it in my background, but I like keeping it really soft during the live stream, so it's just kind of a little background. Jim, you made it. Oh, you're not actually late, Jim, because, well, I don't know if you saw, I put it up as scheduled for 9 o'clock today. I'm playing with the times a little bit. I'm doing live Whatnot art sales every week. I went back into this plus those, and I don't know. I'm wondering if I didn't overextend myself. So I'm playing with different times, especially because I'm trying to get it where I can, I don't know, stay up past 10 o'clock sometimes. So we'll see. I don't know. 9 o'clock might be a new time that I go with. I don't know. I'm like nailing Jello to a wall sometimes, but it's good to see you. At the start of the show, I actually had my book open, and I know this is a lot of but that's what I was working on today. Not all of that was done today, and this was work from all the days of re-going through notes and writing things down, and just a lot of. Some of it's been, again, I have so many of these unfinished, whatever you call them, these unfinished, why can't I think of that? I want to say grid. It's not a grid, though. What is that? Fields of a table. Like all these tables that aren't filled in. Yeah, no, you didn't miss too much. And yeah, it's good to see you here. I feel like you've been such a staple of this show that when you're not here, it's almost like I'm missing my co-host or something. But no, you're fine. Yeah, that might be oh wait, no, I got to do a little bit of detail on that. Right, because I seem to be doing some work on these whatchamacallits here. I just keep wanting to use the wrong words. All that's coming to mind is ribbon, but it's not ribbon. Anyway. Unfinished is just another way of saying work in progress. Oh, what did I say was unfinished? Oh, yes. No, you're right. Again, changing my mentality about it and really not stressing about it too much is just, which is what I originally started this book for, was to kind of work and not overthink it. And then I wound up doing that anyway, rather than just every time I make a list saying this isn't set in stone. It's just working on, a language. But yeah, It's a lot of work up front, but I'm really trying to get it again where I want it to be, that it's just a little easier on me. At least while I'm creating other things, I'll still have to work on the languages. And again, I know it's psychotic to like work on multiple at the same time, but for me, it'll help me not repeat myself from one language to the other and get a good sense of the differences that it might not make any sense to most people, but to me it does. I don't know. So yeah, and then there shouldn't be any more delays with Chadiana. I can finally get issue 3 out because that'll be done, and then because it's not about anything else other than one page of like translated language at this point, and it's just been held up way too long. Embarrassment sets in often over it, and I say that a lot, so you can imagine how heavy that is all the time to be aware of. And other works too, because there's going to be so many references to some of the languages in other works. Anyway, he's done. At the very early part of the show, I had also finished the Rawhead and Bloody Bones, at least what I think is done for him. And now we're just going to start a new one, or complete a new one. I just don't know if I want to do the Jiangxi or the Kamangalan. I could do the zombie. I don't know yet. I want to work on, and the two things I really want to do is this Headless Horseman and the Jersey Devil, but I really want them to come out good, so I'm going to hold off. All right, let's do the Jiangxi, because I think this one actually I feel good about right now. Now for me, I was putting the little paper spell in front of its face. I'm going to have to shrink this menu for a second. I had pulled up all my references before the show started, but still, it's helpful to have them in front of me, just so I don't forget what these look like. So yeah, Jim, while you're here, I should tell you that typically now I've been doing only an hour on the show, just because, again, I'm doing the live stream on, what is that? Mine's drawing a blank, whatnot, and then this every week. So I usually keep it to an hour, but still, if I feel like going on any extra time, I do without having any issues about it. Okay, I think I know what I was going for over there. Yeah, right. These are my little hoppy vampire. Well, not my hoppy vampires, but they are the hopping vampires. Oh, that's kind of you to say. Thank you. I feel the same way, Jim, even though it's what the pandemic coined as remotely now. Well, I guess remotely existed before, but that word got a lot of usage post during the pandemic and post-pandemic. Speaking of languages, right? Okay, Can I get that closer? Yes, I can. Not that one, though. Oh, my God. What a pain. Trying to zoom in on my screen, but I don't think that's the best way to do it. Just give me 100%. I don't need anything else. Okay. Thank you. I'm just trying to find a good example. Yep. And instead, that threw me off. Okay. Well, threw me out of what I wanted for this. What the hell? All right. Maybe that. Maybe that. Okay. I'm gonna have to, at some point, look at what's on there, on the paper spell on their face, but to see if there's an actual typical saying. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find something that I can write on there that would make sense for it. Mm-hmm. So let's say go this way. Yeah, that makes sense. I know what I had back here was some sort of tunes. That must have been a grave. I'm almost sure of it. Oh, no problem, Jim. Oh. Well, I am gonna have to try type in one thing. Chinese graveyard. Just to get a little bit of something in there. Right. Yeah, I was using that was gonna be a stone thing, sure. Sure it was. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. funny is I think I have vastly improved the way I draw hands, even though I don't think I was bad at them before. But what would this illustration have looked like if I had finished it at the time instead of now? Who knows? Okay. Yep. No, you know what? I'm just a little bit nervous about that hat. There is like a good. I just want to make sure I have that right. I don't want to outline it and it's Meshuggah. Open image and new tab. Okay. Yeah. Okay, back to it now. I'll make sure I'm paying attention to my quiet comment section, but you never know. And the next comment's coming in. It's a it's the kind of like that hopping vampire. None of these are characters of mine. They're all myths. This is for a myths, legends, and a little bit of cryptids for a sketchbook that was supposed to be done in 2020. I'm trying to move through some overdue work because, again, there was a real plan in 2019 to get things going again. Little did I know the world had plans of its own before I tried to get everything moving. So I still feel like there's some projects to catch up on, and now that I'm in this more full time, I want to finish some of those projects so that I can get them out of mind and not have to stress about them anymore as not being done. I don't like promising things that I don't get done, that's for sure, even if it takes me forever to get them done. But I want to get these done. Of course, I want to get Chadiana done. And then that might be it for the unfinished stuff. Oh no, Gentleman Cthulhu. Those are, I would say, the three like projects that need to get done. This one's not I would say, the most important of the three, but it's the one that I can work on during the live streams, because the other ones require some additional, require me to work on stuff that either would have spoilers in it, or, I don't have really the ability to share it live. Even for the self project stuff, like I really can't work on the Upper Deck stuff on live stream. That's a no based on my contract with them. But this is just fine. Because it's my own project. I should ask, Jim, how have things been on your end? It's been a while since you've been here. Although, we've had a couple emails back and forth, but I hope everything's been well. I don't think I owe you an email, do I? God, I hope not. I'm still trying to improve my response times to those, because I'm not always the best at it. In Atlani, Teroridar. Oh, that's a little bit of a Teroridar. Things going well now. Emails up to date. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad I didn't forget to respond to something. Pronunciation is good. I'm glad, man, because I don't know. A lot of times, like, it's funny, like, when I was like in Italian class, I was never sure if my Italian pronunciation was really good, because I seem to get a little bit of stage fright with that. I get self-conscious about adding what are those called? Accents to things, as it were, because, I just don't want to come off as being like racist isn't the right word, but kind of like making fun of the language by adding unnecessarily, or an overblown accent onto things. But then, of course, there are those people that say, you say it too white. Why don't you just roll an R or something? I try. Anyway, I know your language is your own, but yeah, I appreciate it. I try to do well with pronunciations. I try. Okay. Well, I feel like that hand has to be a little different to match this one. I feel like it has to go a little bit more like this. And then that means the thumb is probably going to be a little bit, I don't know, that doesn't look right to me. Gotta draw those fingers first. Better to speak with an accent than not at all. I've found that that's true, but I guess there was a period of time that I was just a little bit too self-conscious of it, but because, I can certainly pronounce more sounds than we use in the English language. And anytime somebody tries to correct me on a pronunciation, I'm always happy to learn from that. Nobody's been mean about it, though. I wouldn't say that. If I've been a little off on a pronunciation on something. I don't know. Anyway, kind of reminds me, though, when I was in Italian class, though, there was one girl who just could not roll an R to save her life. It came out more like she almost said it like the Welsh pronounce their double L's, which a lot of people have trouble with that sound, but that's what it would sound like when she would try to roll her R's. It'd just be like that. That woman. Yeah. And I'm not perfect at that. That's a hard sound to do. I don't know how the Welsh, they must have like really strong tongues. That and any of the languages that use clicks. That's a lot of dexterity in the tongue to do those. Clicks, though, I've never really gotten down as far as how to use them. I know they exist. I've heard them. It's a little tough working that into a language. So for anyone hoping that my languages might reflect real world clicks, I don't think I can do it because I don't know if I can pronounce it. I'll try if I can work it in. Trying with those to represent. What am I using to do the ink? So these pens I had back in 2020 when it was originally. So this, I had an Alice in Wonderland book, and another book, and this is unfinished, and a Lovecraft book is unfinished. They were part of like the Inktober or Arttober, like the month of October, doing a drawing a day thing, which obviously I didn't finish. I only finished it my first year. All the other 3 years afterwards, it was just a nightmare to try to get it done because of outside forces. It just made it impossible. But anyway, so these I bought before I started this book, and then I forget the brand they are, but they're excellent. I've seen one other artist using them. But yeah, because I don't have any backup versions of them, I could probably go into my Amazon account and like find the other what the order was so that I could, reorder them. But anyway, yeah, they are, because they were bought for, or when I first started using them, since I decided to use them exclusively for this book, I didn't want to use them on anything else. So they've kind of become this obscure tool that's been sitting in my drawers. And I can't remember what they're called. They might be Shumi, not Sumi, because it's not Sumi ink that's in it, I don't think. I am so unsure of that, though. Yeah, well, the Jiangxi holly are those hopping vampire-like Chinese vampire-like things. Although I would love to see Ash Williams fight like a whole army of these things. That would be great. I know everyone gets old. This is not what it's about, but I just feel the actor that it hurts me the most that has gone too old to do a part is Bruce Campbell, because, man, there could have been... Hollywood should have used that man a lot more, and we should have had more Evil Dead movies. Just what a missed opportunity. It's too bad. I was a bit too overzealous. Seems like a little sash is actually pretty common there. Sorry for the noise. Nope. That one's almost dead. James, or Jim, I'm sorry. I will try to find the name. Sometimes I'm reading the name on there. I will try to find out what they are, because honestly, I really do like these. You know what's... So here's a funny little quirk of my personality too, though, Jim. I don't always know when a product is like new or it's been around a while, and I can sometimes get this unreasonable fear that if I start getting used to a product, it's going to go off the shelves, and then what am I supposed to do? So sometimes I get a little precious about some of my some of the tools and mediums I use, because like I don't want to not have them. I've never seen it become a problem yet, but there's always that fear that I will like something and then it'll be gone. So that was another reason I didn't want to. Oh, you've only watched the dub version. I've never seen Shaolin Jiangxi. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Although before this weekend, I have to take the time to sit down and watch Near Dark, because I think it was Greg that sent me a message and told me it was on Tubi, and I saved it. Because that is like one highly rated vampire movie that I have never seen, being a fan of vampires. But I will also see if I can find Shaolin Jiangxi. Yeah, it's a movie that keeps coming up among the list of great horror movies and great vampire horror movies, and I don't know why. It was just never something that I guess crossed my paths at a time that it would have been I would have been able to watch it, or maybe I didn't even know about it, at certain times. Well, I definitely didn't know about it at certain times. So yeah, like I have to knock that off the bucket list of horror movies. It's like, again, vampires are my favorite folklore monster, and it's a little embarrassing that I haven't seen that movie. So I have to rectify it. And I will do that very soon. I actually have to rewatch Nosferatu as well. That's going to be so hard for me to do, but because other projects. Anyway. 10 o'clock. I feel like I could do another half hour though. Even though I'm normally doing these for only an hour these days, I feel like a half hour is okay. I don't know if I'll finish this thing, but we're going to get damn close during this live stream. The way it's looking. Okay, so. Someone is having I would say, energetic discussion outside of my apartment. Nothing to do with me, though. All right, so there was one other reference I was looking at, which was very helpful. You're off. Wait. Sorry. I looked at it on the wrong screen. Hang on. You're off to try to finish this library book you have. By Elliot. Great Dog by Elliot Gosh. Great Night. I can type, I swear. We all go through it, Rob. Don't worry about it. You have a great night, too. I'll see you maybe tomorrow night for the Whatnot show. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. As I said, I might move something around or condense the two live nights. I think 2 nights in a row is I think not only is 2 nights of live streams, like, one for selling, one for live drawing, a lot for me, but even more than me, I feel like that's a lot to ask from fans and viewers, like, who really wants to watch me twice? That's a bit excessive. Twice a week, every week. It just, I think it's a bit too much. Man, I really can't find it. I have no idea what happened to that other Jiangxi reference. Was it this one? I don't know. I have no idea. It definitely had a dragon on its sleeves. Anyway, who cares so much? Not me. I guess I'll just do it as a hybrid of these other ones. I just kind of like that design. Wow. A lot of people just bounced off of the live stream or the or StreamYard's just not reflecting the actual number right now. Oh, you're still here. How about that? Liz Onyaru Tsai. Tsai? Or is it Zay? One of them. Yeah, I feel extremely good about this today. I think I've just been, don't get me wrong, this weekend was very exhausting. That I had like a 3-day show doesn't matter whether it's a major show or just a smaller 3-day show, although Geekdom Con was, I would say pretty good size because it was in the same place where they do Monster Mania in Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Monster Mania. I mean, hang on. Oh, bless you. Thank you. You don't have to say it, bless you. I just hope it wasn't loud in the mic. Anyway, yeah. So, what was I going to say about it? Right. Yeah. 3-day shows are always exhausting, but I think I mentioned this on a live stream, not while you were here though, Jem. So, when I was in Cape Cod staying with Carrie Ann and Steph Wilson, although I sometimes feel it's a lot of extra time to spend on stuff that doesn't need to get done per se. Sketching in the morning has been a great help because some artists do warm-up sketches. I never really was into it, but I do feel it's worth it. And part of how so anyway, yeah, I've been doing, that seemed a little broken in the way I was phrasing all that. But, I've been getting back into the practice of like sketching in the morning to kind of like, improve my confidence throughout the day. I don't know what I did here. Was I even thinking this was going to be? Not really sure. But we're going to go with it. We're going to go with my very weird invented pagoda here. There it is. This is something I used to do more often, which was have the confidence to fix something in the inking stage right off the cuff. I just feel like I've been concentrating so much on some of the wrong aspects of, at least not the wrong aspects of art, but the stuff that just doesn't matter to me as much or my style as much, in an effort to come off more, I don't know. I wouldn't say marketable, but to some degree, I feel like in certain circles, my art is weird. And in other circles, it's very well liked. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I'll quite finish it tonight, but man, I made a good dent in it. I'm just saying that because it's already 10:15. I do remember that originally with the first Inktober or Arttober challenge, I was getting the pieces done in about an hour. But from the whatchamacallit, from what is that? Alice in Wonderland on. So Alice in Wonderland, Lovecraft, and this one, every piece was taking like an average of 2 to 2.5 hours to do, which is kind of besides the point of the challenge for a month. You're supposed to get them done pretty quick, but no. I just decided I wanted to put more time into them, and so I did. Right. I don't know. Could I finish it? I don't think so. I like talking back and forth with myself. I don't know though. 15 minutes? Could I like add all the shadows in 15 minutes after I finish the rest of the outlined content? I guess that's possible. Will it get done? And let's not forget, I did work on those other two a little bit today too. Finishing up Rawhead and Bloody Bones and the Gollum piece. So, speaking of Gollum, not the Hebrew one, but the Lord of the Rings one, I would still love to do some Lord of the Rings art for my tables, but I don't know. I'm just finding like doing too much fan art. Maybe it was great to a point, but I kind of just want to get back to my own creations. I think it's more lucrative. So anyway, how am I going to do this one? Start with the foreground. That's how I'm going to do it. Start with the foreground. I should double check if these are waterproof and order some more. I don't know though. I keep spending money on things. Kind of gotta slow it down just a little bit right now. Sorry for the shaking camera. I just moved my leg and it hit the table. This is a very stable drafting table, but the one thing it does do is it shakes side to side. It's part of why I have it against a wall over here. I don't want it to be so shaky. Dun, dun, dun. She was up at the very beginning of the show, and then she kind of went away. She's been good, though. Just missed me while I was gone. I could see if she'll come up for the last 10 minutes. Hey, Cirilla? Eileen? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Let's see her. So she must be in the bedroom. She's probably napping and just thinking, I'm not coming on to your live stream. I already did that. I'm not. I don't know. I was in my own head for a second. I just came back. Oh, man. I was just thinking she's not really a temperamental cat, so I don't think she would really be telling everyone to buzz off. She just doesn't know that she's YouTube famous, that's all. I still want to get those instructional videos up on YouTube, but man, I don't know when I have the time. To get them done. I'm sure I'll make the time at some point. I don't know when. I feel like so many of these initiatives I have ideas for, they're great, but I have to get some of the other stuff done first. So, first Chadiana, which means first languages, then simultaneously Upper Deck, and also, what's that other one? A Kid in a Comic. Since Chadiana's got a story running in that. Yeah. And all these shows and everything. I'll have to finish this part outside of the show. Also, if I put any characters on the tombstone, I'm gonna have to do that too, and I can really focus and concentrate on the on that part of the drawing. Yeah, I forgot how much I really like these pens, though. I really should get more. They're almost like the best of all the stuff I use, the zebra pens and the microns. They seem to have a really solid whatever. I don't know. Can't think of words tonight. So I guess I could do darker on the objects at the top, darker on the, no. Yeah. Wait a minute. No, darker on the sky at the top, darker on the objects at the bottom. Hey, Rill. Jim was asking about you. You finally came, huh? There you go. Here she is. Hey, Cirilla. Your public was asking about you, so I had to call you over out of your deep sleep. Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? Hello, Cirilla. Jim says hello. Jim says hi. Yeah, this is first time in. Oh, you okay? It's first time in a while. She's let me work fairly uninterrupted. Love the tale. Nothing better. When I was teaching during the pandemic, my students used to love that one. She'd just friggin' punch me in the face with the tail. With hair. All right, Phil. I know you love the camera. The camera loves you too. Oh yeah, see, this is what she wants. She's gotten used to this now, where like she doesn't like the hand moving on the paper, and she wants my other hand to be petting her if she's not interrupting the drawing hand. And that is tough. Well, now they can't see what I'm doing over here, Cirilla. They can't see my line work. See what you did, Jim? No, I'm just joking. I know everybody likes seeing her. She's funny. Yes, lady, what's up? Knocking the camera out of whack. Gotta get it like locked down so you can't. No. Yeah, I can't really touch that because I'm probably gonna put something on it. I don't know. I might have to. I want to put some writing here and here, and I'm gonna have to wait till I can do it a little bit more close up. Oh well, I guess I could fill in some of this stuff then instead. All right, there's always something to work on a piece. I also want to put something on the middle of that, so that is gonna have to. Some of this one's gonna have to wait, and here I thought this was gonna be the easy one to work on tonight. Can't remember, but I think because there's only like 24 pages on these, so they can't fit a full 31 in each sketchbook. But if I remember correctly, really looking forward to it too, based on my other work. But yeah, I think the Rakshasa is the first thing in the next volume. I believe that is true. forgot how much fun these were to do when I'm not stressing about artwork. I don't know. I feel like that's been happening though. Speaking of which, speaking of stressing about artwork, it took a while, probably longer than I expected it would, but I feel like more days in the studio, I'm slowly becoming just more confident and not overthinking things because I kind of like don't really have the time to. I kind of have to just get moving with stuff, so I can't spend a whole lot of time overthinking, which is good. It means that work gets done probably at a higher level because I'm not stressing at all, you know. I used to be told I was a bit of a worrier. I guess to a certain extent I still am, but not nearly like I was. Oh my God. But I guess that's to be expected when you have anxiety issues. It's just better under control now. Yeah, we're getting close to that hour and a half mark, though. I'm so rarely going to do 2 hours now just because, like, I didn't realize how much they were affecting me over time until I took that month break. And then it was like, oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do 2 hours. Maybe an hour to an hour and a half is fine. So, I mean, unless things are really going well and, you know, I feel I don't want to stop. But I also drew earlier in the day, worked on languages, and then came back to drawing for tonight, which I think helped also. I didn't go right from drawing one thing to another, which kept my energy up for this. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it there because I'm starting to lose where exactly I want to go next with it. I know that I want to fill in some of this and put some lettering there. And then, let's see, what do we got left in this volume? Zombie. Penongalon. And then I know the Headless Horseman and the Jersey Devil. Wasn't there one other one? Kraken, which I misspelled all that time ago. Yeah, just the Headless Horseman and the Jersey Devil. I believe the rest of them are done. Let's just do a little thing. We got our Sasquatch there. We got our Wendigo, our Chupacabras, our Shoggoth, because somebody requested I still do a Lovecraft creature on this. Some generic stuff like Ghost, Witch, Living Dead, which is different from a zombie because the zombie I'm doing is like an African zombie, like what? Zombies with an IE were based on Living Scarecrow. That was just kind of fun. Death, and then there was an intro thing with a hellhound, some writing, doing a bit of my calligraphy there, right? And that intro piece, those 2 intro pieces, I should say, which were kind of lead into this. Yes, I will definitely keep in touch, Jim. You too. And yeah, October 2020. What a lie. Anyway, yeah, I'll be in touch and I'll be on next week. Anybody that wants to come by to my whatnot sale, of course, you know, all those proceeds help feed me and my cat, most importantly, the cat. I know you guys all want her to eat. And then, yeah, you know, a bunch of conventions coming up. Join my mailing list, you know, that's always fun. I don't know. Now my brain's starting to go into a fog, so I probably stayed up a little too late doing this. But yeah, have a great night, everyone. I'll be back. Maybe I'm going to do 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. You know, we'll see. But, you know, subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notifications so you get an update every time I'm going to go live. And, you know, I'm still sorting out the schedule, but at least I'm back at these weekly. And, yeah, I will see you all next week. roughly the same time. Have a great night, everyone. Cirilla, say goodbye to everyone. Say good night. All right. Good night, everyone.